It was a peaceful morning after having defeated the Eye of Cthulhu. That was until the Fire Nation attacked. Wait, wrong video. Kobold tribe invaded the morning right after I defeated the Eye of Cthulhu. And being caught off guard and unprepared, I was overwhelmed quickly and died many times. So I came up with a quick strategy that would help me defeat the army. The strategy was quite simple. I made a box which allowed me to shoot out of and they weren't able to shoot into, and this just allowed me to stay safe whilst doing constant damage to them. After a long fight with the kobolds, I ended up victorious. As soon as I finished with the army, I moved on to the jungle to set up the next pylon and to have ease of access into the jungle and the caves. I immediately started looking for more accessories that would help my movement and found the first few items that are needed for the Terra Spark boots. Having found the Kobold Tinkerer in one of the caves, I bought the workbench that would help me combine my accessories. After getting some upgrades, I decided that now would be as good as any time to start working on the AFK mob farm. Having built up quite a bit of bombs and explosives, I decided that I would bomb open a large area for the farm. Blowing up a large area, I got a bit bored and decided to have a rematch with the Eye of Cthulhu. The fight went a lot quicker this time due to the higher damage output of the ranger armor. In the seed for the worthy, bosses have changes made to them. After defeating the Eye of Cthulhu again, I moved on to make a small arena to fight the Eater of Worlds, but nothing could have prepared me for the fight that was ahead of me. After being defeated by the Eater of Worlds, I decided to make more space in the arena to help me fight the Eater of Worlds a bit easier. However, even after making the arena bigger, I still couldn't defeat him. Having tried multiple times, I still failed and failed over and over again. After having killed enough of his segments to make a better pickaxe, I moved on to finish the elevator and get more upgrades with Hellstone bars. After making new equipment, I headed over to fight the Eater of Worlds again. However, even with the upgraded bow, I still couldn't beat him. On the way to fight him again, slime started raining down from the sky. This was a free way of fighting King Slime, and I needed a win after losing over and over against the Eater of Worlds. After killing 150 slimes, the Slime King will spawn, and the boss fight will begin. The King Slime's biggest change was that he was a lot bigger, but he was still an easy fight. After beating the King Slime, I decided to build a new house and remove the temporary housing. I started on removing the old housing and started building a new house that the guide, golfer, and zoologist could move into. I also needed more storage space, so I made a large basement for all the chest and crafting needs. The spawn area is one of the first areas that I'm finishing up before I move on to the other houses. After building for a couple of in-game days, the kobolds decided to invade me, but not once, not twice, but 3 times over. After defeating them 3 times more, I collected a lot of spiked balls that I would later on use against the Eater of Worlds. Having finished the starter area, I moved on finishing the last of the mob farm, which was just filling in the areas with background walls. Being bored of building for the last couple of hours, I decided to take the Eater of Worlds on again. Being defeated by the boss another 4 more times, I tried multiple strategies but nothing really worked. Having hit my max power output until I beat Skeletron, I was starting to think that I couldn't beat the Eater of Worlds. that was until the 8th attempt, and I finally had a good run, and this was it. This was the moment that I was beating the Eater of Balls. I'm not sure what changed this time, but the boss's health dropped a lot due to the spiked balls, and somehow I managed to take much less damage and kept out of most of his attacks. After a bit of the fight was turning over to my side. I finally beat the Eater of Worlds, and I was super amped on having beat him. It made me more excited to keep playing and to beat the next bosses. The next boss is Skeletron, and I honestly can't wait.